Hello. I went on a hike today, and it was a nice little 18 mile and, average terrain, little elevation change, anything just about average. Except for the length. It's quite a while. And so I'm pretty tired right now. A little 18-mile hike does a lot to a person. But also, ignorance does a lot to a person. And imagine this. You are hiking and you don't know that black bears are kind of docile and not gonna super kill you dead. And then you stumble upon a black bear, and then you are quivering in fear as you see a black bear in the distance. And so you decide, well, I'm just gonna turn around and do a little fear walk back to the beginning of the trail. And then you see this guy who's coming up, and he's like, oh, hey. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I spotted a black bear out there. Be careful. And then I was like, oh, okay. And then we passed. And I realized why he said that is because I was an idiot and I was ignorant, but I was also afraid. Because you see a bear and they're big, right? And all of the media that you've been exposed to growing up, as in me, is that bears are bad news. It's in the name, Bad News Bears. So you see it and you're instantly like, scary! And all of your fear systems in your brain start fearing. But really what I should have been doing was just, watch him. And then if he made any aggressive attacks, I'd start hooting and hollering. And then get out my bear spray that I had handy. Because I'm like, there's definitely going to be bears out there. And it turns out there were. But I was just a fool. I was simply a fool. And in order to combat this, it's important to know things. And talk to people who know things, and not just not know things. For instance, if you're starting to get into hiking, then you might want to consider, well, what does a hiker often, need on their hikes, and what's information a hiker might need that's crucial for the basics of survival, but also of any weird encounters you might have and how to work your way through those. And I was thinking, bear bad, there must be bears. Do research on black bears. I find out their habitats, and if they're around in January, of which they are if it's warm. And guess what? It's warm. But I didn't stop to consider how dangerous are black bears. It was quite foolish of me. And you shouldn't be a fool either. So maybe talk to someone who's pretty intelligent with the kind of stuff that you're trying to maybe figure out. So next time, maybe I'll talk to a seasoned hiker before I go hiking and look like an idiot. So stay locked in, twin. And also, be prepared. If I had, moseyed my way into the forest and I wasn't thinking what if there's black bears? And then I decided to not bring any bear spray, and then I came upon a bear, and then I was quivering in fear because I also didn't take the time to consider that black bears are not that dangerous. And then I'd be there without bear spray, and I'd have fear in my heart. and I'd be 9 miles away from civilization, and it'd be a long 9-mile walk. And that's not ideal. But it's the half an hour it took for me to get back from seeing a black bear and being out, on a hike. It's I'll remember that, and next time I'll do a little research. So don't spend an hour and a half fearing for your life, and instead actually have good research habits whenever you're preparing for something. I don't know how you get those, because clearly I don't have them, so you're on your own for that. But PSA, I guess. Anyways, toodles.